Oh yeah, I can't see him at all just yet.
No, but I see an image is what I mean.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
looking at the ceiling of something.
Did you get your hair done, Todd?
What's that?
Did you get your hair done? It looks good.
My hair?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Oh, really? Oh, God, it looks good.
No, that's all gray there.
Yeah, part of the troubleshooting that I did over in the past 2 days was I resorted to completely wiping out my computer and just literally deleting everything and starting from scratch and having to put the
Oh, wait, wait a second now.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm on.
it was good.
You're in the dark.
Yeah,
The camera off.
yeah. No, I'm here. You can see me a little bit.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I was just telling Todd and Eric how the session went with us last and the adjustments that we made to 20 to 24 and and how how it was received and stuff and just going in with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, uh, I love what I heard. So pardon me, guys. I'm just waking up from a nap. The
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I loved it, and I'm just doing a lot of things to uh uh I think support. I got this new one I just did last night that we're just looking at doing a lot of all vocal stuff, and I like that it's finding these chord progressions that feel very much like something I want to express, because I was going into this like full choral album thing, and some of the stuff it didn't feel like it was specifically me. It felt like you could have got it somewhere else, and we just found these other chords that felt like that perfect mix of like gospel, R&B, and new wave.
Mhm.
That's like more, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, what are we doing next? What do we do now?
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. I was saying that on yeah, that probably wasn't the fullest explanation. I got a text right in the middle of explanation. So, the I just like those it's really more about the choral things than about any other form of production or sound. I think it's the expression, and it's finding that thing that is that expression that is, could be 3,000 years ago, could be 3,000 years from now, could be in another dimension that all comes together.
Simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's I guess the style. But what's our method? How are we going to get this done?
Well, I like when you have the uh, uh, I like how you've been doing it, just having these choral parts and stuff that you put on. You are our God, you are our God. Just that you give that presentation of that idea. The like, be like that, like that. I love that kind of thing. I think it's just I got this new one that I'll send and just see the way you'd add to it or build up from it. Um,
Okay. Well, and
I mean that's the
send it on over, and I'll get on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like your proposals or compositions too. Like when you made the when you made 24 a bit shorter, like saying, okay, this is how I do it if it was shorter. This is how you do it if it was 20 minutes long or something. But I like I like I like those elements about it too. Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Yeah, I took the liberty of shortening it. Like, well, I sent Todd the original version, and then I took the liberty of shortening it because I felt like it should have just been shorter. And then Todd did the arrangement and added the instrumentation. Of course, he added the voice and stuff like the put it like starting the song off with the horns was Todd's idea, and I think it was brilliant. Like it set the song off how it needed to be.
well, also that
Yeah.
intro, the intro part, the first thing that gets sung, that only occurred once in the song. So I stuck that in again a little bit later after what was the first rap, which you had me take out. uh, so I don't know what you did in that space, but slight rearrange. It wasn't a wholesale rearrangement, but yeah, changed the intro, took the first verse, I guess, the first part that gets sung, made that more into a chorus, so it got repeated later in the song. Not a whole lot else different from your version 88. So
Yeah.
I think one of the things, like when you just said the word rap, my issue has just been like with rap, I think, or just words, it's hard to express what I'm feeling with words. And rap like brings words to like rap is like, people used to be like, that ain't music, that ain't music, or is music. But it is music, part of it, came from Tribe Called Quest, and then Lauryn Hill came from Tribe Called Quest, and then I came from Lauryn Hill and Tribe Called Quest. And there's all these things where it's like very musical people proved it. And then, maybe if we couldn't sing as well, we started to just rap on things. Now there's like other kind of patterns and emotions that people get into and they like and they want to hear. But, everything that I'm doing, that I'm building, when I'm talking about building an orphanage and building it, doing things with this vertically growing garden to really make things A to Z sustainable community that can exist off the grid. Like they got these space, I forget what they call them, like Earthship is what they call them, but doing them with my language, also with excavated excavations, is just me finding or feeling like it's a way that we should exist as human beings. Not like, okay, what's going to impress people, sonically and as a pop star, but what's going to, take us to another, allow us to connect at another dimension, allow us to feel something at another place. Because also this COVID time and post-COVID time, it is a whole new genre. Like I'm considering even, having like all 45 minutes of music that would have been an album before only being one track, which obviously has been done a million times, but seems like more appropriate to the way we might sit down and consume something now. I understand that people want to go and like repeat things and things. Also, I'm considering like putting things, on my own app on the phone, but then also I've been working on my own phone, period, because all these things, people are, who's somebody to tell me that, Kanye West album is worth, $10 or 20, whatever it is. Like if it is art and we're still in a place where we can step over a homeless person, or we can act like people aren't getting beheaded in Nigeria, then the art is my art. It's like, it's my choice. It's my music is my choice, so what I'm going through to like create new ideas and all that is like, And if you can't participate in it, you don't want to pay for it, then just, I don't know, put it on some other genre or something. But there's a lot of places where I'm at, um, I don't, rap is now itself, I think, it could also be, I think we should start spelling it with 4 letters. We should be like, forget it. Let's just make rap a 4-letter word. Right. Like
extra P or what?
Yeah, 2 A's or something. Yeah, it's like rap. The most popular rap is about prostitution. It's about prostitution, but which is really apropos because music has been made into something that's completely about prostitution, more than it is about expressions and service. What is a service? It's become, also people could argue like, oh, music is like a form of like an elixir or something. There's some people that just don't listen to music at all. I'm just in this place of like, magnetic consciousness. If like I sit with the RZA and he's like, oh, he shows me the book of life and he said there's 5 levels of consciousness. The subconscious, subconscious. Infinity is the 5th level. The 4th is magnetic consciousness, the ability to manifest something that is in your head. Now, what is the support, to that, to the excavated cities, to the farms, to the fact that I'm over at Elon's house and we're friends, but have 2 different theories about humanity. In all honesty, my theory is, the fact is name of the theory to me, is that we are the ultimate machines, and that spatial engineering the way we exist together, like it was a giant synthesizer or a giant keyboard, then we can synthesize and we can telepathically communicate. So to take the album into a place that can take someone like, in a transient place, we could use the methods that are there right now, but these methods have been constantly made for separation, where we need to like really bring the village back together. So even like when I'm talking like FaceTime, like people will be on FaceTime as opposed to walking up to a person. So there's nothing, more beautiful than us being able to be together. And we've seen right now through COVID how much we miss human interaction. It's almost like the world is trying to get us used to not having the ability to be next to each other. So like in closing this kind of concept, it's I got like this 30 acres here in Calabasas that I built this school, Yeezy Christian Academy, that I think I'm going to change the name to Dojo, but is a school of the arts. So we're working with martial artists, we're working with Haka instructors, music instructors, and the excavated designs are so important to the curriculum and what we may find. Like, I don't know what we're going to find, but I've got this thing where it's like this 3-year-old gut feeling inside. Like as we tested different foods, I said cauliflower over broccoli, but then also like Dr. Sebi said cauliflower over broccoli. And I didn't even have the knowledge of that. This is like a gut feeling, like, we got the 3 brains in our body, like our heart, our gut, and our brain. And this is a gut feeling that then I have these conversations to then, it's the balance of all that emotion and all that gut feeling and being able to find a grid, our own grid, because we need a grid to have a civilization, but we want to be in charge of our own grid. And that's what we're working for. Also, as you know, it's like I gave my life to Jesus Christ a couple years ago, and found this foundation. I leaned on God to hold my family together, where it's an outright attack on all males with any kind of opinion that doesn't want my daughter to be in a crop top, taking photos with lipstick at age 7. or, so I've really had to, you probably saw in the media, I got attacked for crying and talking about abortion. And as a man saying I nearly aborted my daughter. But before I cried, they said I couldn't talk about it. It's a woman's choice. You don't have an opinion. Oh, but you know what? It's my baby too. It's my grandfather's baby too. It's my grandmother's baby too. It's my mom's baby. It's the family's baby. It's God's child. But now society has set it up where there's absolutely no opinion that the male can have, to the point where eventually be locked and slaved and just become sperm donors. And if that's where civilization goes, okay. But while I have a voice, I'm going to cry about it. We can die. 1,000 people are being aborted a day. And then other deaths also. There's torture porn of rappers being killed. And then the next thing is about who's going to kill that rapper, right? Meanwhile, 1,000 people are dying every day. So you can die hard, but you can't cry hard. That's because you cannot have emotion about that. Life can't be worth something. Going outside has to be control. Going inside has to be control. You have to be vaccinated. And this is from the gut what I want to express. And I don't know how to rap. If rap is only used to complain or to bully something. Drake made this rap called Laugh Now, Cry Later after I cried in South Carolina, saying, this isn't a clothing line. This isn't a closable gap. We ain't playing that boy's stuff. And he's probably somewhere in the house going crazy. And I felt like he was rapping towards my wife. And it was just that's what I've been on my whole life since I wore the pink polo. You know what? You're not going to bully me for being a nerd. And another thing you're not going to do is, make fun of me and try to use the idea that I've had nervous breakdowns as something that's going to disable my ability to do anything in life, and anyone that is considered to be on the spectrum. You mean, you're talking about the crazy ones that won't follow the grid, right? So all these guys that are part of the grid are not going to bully me, and then they block my Twitter. For the last 3 months, my Twitter can't gain any followers. They're doing everything to block the voice. So that's what you're dealing with when you're dealing with the Kanye West album. It's not just the guy who has the most Grammy nominations or the none of that type of stuff. And maybe that's where the nominations come from, because it's the fact that a real chef can smell if the food tastes good.
That's a lot to absorb, but also, still got a record to make. I assume. So I'm wondering how we do that.
We can get to the practicality. That was my play this chord. That's the way I say play this chord. What you just experienced, that's how I make music.
Okay. No, I've had I had artists say I want a musical hedgehog right here, because they couldn't actually describe it in other terms. So he said a hedgehog. I had no idea what he's talking about, but eventually, once you come up with the sound, oh yeah, that's a hedgehog. So
this is apocalypto. This is the last stands in our lifetime to beat total, absolute population control and slavery. We are completely enslaved. We are in genocide, and we are not allowed to have any critical thinking. And how do we take this record and open that up and make people come to it and have to play it and open up the minds of the critical thinkers so we can save we could save our civilization. That's my version of the hedgehog.
Yeah, well, it's a tall order, but that's probably par for the course. The essential message is yours to craft. Personally, I don't personally try and figure out where the audience is at. I try and figure out where I'm at and express that and try and be honest about it. And then if it attracts people, then that's a good thing. And if people don't notice, that's just the way things are. I've never been in a position of like being able to influence that many people. As a matter of fact, I don't do social media at all. I don't tweet. I never have. I don't manage my own Facebook page because I don't want to see all the funny business that goes on there. And that's how I get things done, by not second guessing myself, not trying to factor in too much of the audience, what the audience wants or what critics think or anything like that. Just try and figure out what is it that would make me happy to hear or make me feel as if I had learned something about myself in the process. I do it for me. Honestly, when I'm making my own music, I do it just for me. And then somehow it's found an audience beyond that. But I'm the one thing I have control over. I don't have control over things outside of this body.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick sidebar. Something Kanye said that was extremely interesting and funny. Where you mentioned us being synthesizers and coming together, and Todd actually has a song called "Born to Synthesize."
Yeah. I got a song for every purpose, for every possible purpose.
and the song is quite guttural, if I say so myself.
Well, it's acapella, by the way. So there's something.
Yeah.
Oh, boom! Born to synthesize acapella. We found. Yeah. Boom. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
In fact, if you go to YouTube, they may show me doing it on the Midnight Special.
Oh, I never saw that.
I did it once on the Midnight Special. They actually gave me the Midnight Special one time to kind of like do whatever I wanted with. So I'm sitting in a yoga pose, floating in a miasmic sea. That's like floating there, so it's interesting, and it's live.
Oh man.
So just a little bit about me. I've got a virtual tour coming up in February. Start rehearsals like early in February, and then play 25 shows and narrow cast them out. Well, anybody who wants to buy a show can buy a show, but they're targeted towards 25 cities. So I'm essentially, my time sort of runs out sometime in January. So if we want to get something done, and 88 was telling me that there is, I guess, some pressure to get an actual product done, whatever they consider that to be. But my avails are, in terms of my time, got about another month or so before I've got to focus on that. So a plan to get it, to get as much done as possible, would be good for us to have, just because my time is not unlimited.
Cool. I know, to my knowledge, you're you're spending these days with Playboy Cardi up until Thursday or so, as far as scheduling?
Okay, what's the next question you have after that?
Could we go out to work with Todd?
Let me look at the whole thing and then figure out how to get it.
Okay, let me just run you through what's involved in that. They still have 14-day quarantine here in Hawaii.
Hey guys, can I hop off? I'm about to go into something else. I just want to hop on for the this creative part of it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right, well, thanks, guys.
Right, we'll talk later.
Wait a second. I didn't know this Zoom was being recorded. I saw it just now. I saw it at the top.
My Zoom is automatically programmed to record every Zoom I do. I'll be happy to destroy it if you want.
I mean, maybe it's some value. It's just something I could say there. Maybe it's something that could be of value to be used.
Well, why don't you just give it to him after we're done?
Yeah, I'll send as soon as we're done. I'll send it to 88, and he can get it to you.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah. All righty.
I love it.